What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Blab. I appreciate you stopping by. Without further ado, let's blab. So, I want to talk a little bit about Black Bull White Flare, a couple days out from release. I am recording this on Sunday. I believe it releases Friday or Saturday of this week. Wanted to go over a couple things. I'll blab for like 30 seconds about what I think about the set, and then we'll move on into other things, where to get it, how to get it, what's the printing looking like, allocation, all of that kind of stuff. So, I do think that the packaging is really good. The eye appeal on the ETBs is great. Unfortunately, I was not a big Gen 5 person. And now looking back at these, at all these cards, I do not have a lot of nostalgia towards it. I also don't think a lot of the arts are that great, but there are some decent ones. I do think it's funny how people are hyping these up. While I do think they're pretty good, I think that they're kind of just glorified full art cards. So the extreme hype over them, I don't really understand. Also, Zekrom and Reshiram, I mean, like, they're good, but, like, they're not top 10 Pokemon. I don't know. I do think that the Victini box is pretty sweet. You know, at the expense of sounding not like an investor, I think that the artwork is very good. I like the more cartoony looking artworks with the landscape, stuff like that, whatever. However, for me, it was more, Gen 3. I get a lot of nostalgia out of Gen 3. I think they have a lot of good Pokemon. Metagross, Latios, Rayquaza, Groudon, Deoxys. I mean, just tons of great Pokemon. If we go to the top, Gardevoir was somewhere in there. Blaziken, and then for me, Salamence was my guy. I think Roaring Moon, cheap knockoff. But Salamence was my favorite Pokemon in Gen 3. Where was he? Down there somewhere. Anyway, cheap knockoff Roaring Moon, even though the Roaring Moon from Prismatic is the best card in the set. This is the best Salamence we've got in a while. I have not picked it up. I don't think it's that great. Moving on, Gen 4. I mean, we have, Infernape, Piplup, just like a lot of classics that, you got Lucario, you got Garchomp, Leafeon, Glaceon, just tons of bangers, Arceus, Darkrai, even Shaman. When you go to Gen 5, I mean, stop me when you see, like, top 50 Pokemon. I mean, I don't see any. Top 100 Pokemon? I mean, like, who is this, bro? Like, who is that, bro? Whose favorite Pokemon is that? Zekrom, I mean, sure, I guess, from, like, the hype that's recently come. I don't know. Joltik? Is Joltik your boy? It's okay. I don't know. I think it's kind of overrated. Zekrom, great. You have, nothing, like, really that blows, 3 or 4, or obviously Gen 1 out of the water. I do think it is interesting them doing a dual set. Like I said, decent eye appeal. For the sealed product, which is what I'm, more interested in. I did get a Pokemon Center ETB of each of them, which I feel like everyone did. So I don't know. Are they printing more Pokemon Center ETBs than they used to? Or, I have no idea. I do also think it's interesting that Pokemon, a lot of people say like a year in Pokemon is like a decade. It was not too long ago where we saw people opening, these packs maybe like 2 months ago, and it was like, oh my goodness, like Pokemon is going to destroy these people. The lawsuits are going to be crazy, yada, yada, yada. And now we're here. We're 3 days out from release. I don't see a lot of, stores, doing like a lot of release information. I think a lot of it is going to be scattered as well. With the ancillary products. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to be, your normal GameStop, Best Buy, Target, Costco. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be printed. The pull rates are really, really good, right, guys? So we have illustration rares in every 6 pack, special illustration rares in every 76 packs, right? So on average, on every booster bundle you get, you should get an illustration rare. And on average, about every 2 booster boxes you open, you should get a special illustration rare, which is pretty great. Yeah, people are saying, it's Crown Zenith pull rates, whatever, but I mean, guys, the Gen 5 aspect of it, I can't get over that, unfortunately. For some people, this will be super nostalgic, and, it's super hype for you. If they do something like this for, Gen 3 or Gen 4, which is when I was into Pokemon as a child, I'd be super hyping into it. And eventually I'm sure they will, right? So we can look forward to that. But yeah, in the meantime, am I going to be trying to get this product? Of course I am. What I probably will do is take a look at the market. I'm sure I'll make a video that day. What happened? What's going on in TCG player? What's tanking? What's going up? Yada, yada, yada. We'll do that. But I do probably think I will get this product and trade it for other product that I like, right? Like when I get these Pokemon Center ETBs in, I'm probably going to trade them in for, credit towards something, right? So anyway, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. Again, I don't know why people are hyping up these cards, but I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know in the comments. Do you plan on getting this? Does this have nostalgia for you? Yeah, just anything about Black Ball White Flare. I feel like all the hype has died down, right? Like even before the release, like there's just so much hype, and it's already died down. It's kind of like Dust and Rivals, right? Like we heard of a Team Rocket set like a year before and it was super hype, and then all of the not Destiny Rivals, but the Rocket cards get pumped, and by the time it came out, it had already like died, right? For me at least, right? I mean, like you can look at the market, and the booster box is still $250, right? But for me, the hype like died down, which is good, right? Like I didn't feel like super FOMO'd that I had to buy it right now, whatever. And I certainly don't feel like that about this either. I almost feel FOMO about like sets like 151 or Sword and Shield boxes that are going to the $400-500 mark. That like I'm FOMOing into that because I think that those products, it could be the last time you see those boxes at 300-400 bucks. Anyway, at this point I'm rambling. Appreciate y'all stopping by, and I will see you in the next one.